This is just kind of like, it's like a general question. So you've got an Fy, an Fx, and then you know that the actual vector that those two are representing is in here somewhere. So this is the actual vector F. And then you have an angle theta here. So it's saying you could imagine that you have numbers here.
Yeah.
Like if this was 3 and this was 5, what would you do in order to find this distance?
That was 3 and that was 5.
Yeah. So like, let's look at it this way. If we had, sometimes that's like helpful when you just have, because it's just a general problem.
Right.
But if instead you alter it a little bit, then you can see it a little better, because we're used to working with numbers. So if this was what the vector you had was, and you wanted to find the length of this one, so what it's asking for is this vector in terms of a length and a direction angle.
Okay.
So it's asking for this length here, and then the theta, and you write it as, say this is vector F, so F is equal to your length and your theta.
Okay. So it's just asking you to, cause it has like no numbers. You said.
Right. But if we had numbers here, just to kind of think about it that way,
Yeah.
you can move this over here, right? You know that this length is 3,
Right.
and then these are perpendicular to each other. So whenever you decompose a vector, it turns into a right triangle. So if you have these two lengths and you want to find this one, what do?
Square both of those.
Right, so you know that magnitude of F squared is going to be equal to 3 squared plus 5 squared. Or you can say the magnitude of F is the square root of the sum of the squares.
Okay.
So then what would we do here?
So you just do Fy squared.
Yeah, so F equals the square root of,
Fy and Fx. Oh, that's all it's asking for.
and it's kind of a pain. You have to like, see, shows the standard way. Express Fx and Fy in terms of the length vector. Oh, hang on. Sorry, this is asking you to go the other way. I misunderstood that. So it's saying that we don't know Fx or Fy. Sorry about that. It's saying express Fx and Fy in terms of these two. So it's saying that we know the length of this. So we know F equals, say we could say F equals 5. And theta equals like 30 degrees.
Yeah.
So it means F and theta are known.
Oh, okay.
And then you're trying to find out what Fy and f of x are.
Oh, okay.
So in this case, what would Fy be?
Be, let's see, Fy is, it's like sine and like cosine, right?
Mm-hmm. So which one would we use for the y component?
Oh, the y. We would do. So that's the Jason. Copy this over.
So the sine
Finance over adjacent, right?
is the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Right.
Cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So when we look at Fy, we really kind of want to look out here because that's this leg of our triangle. So which leg is this?
That's the opposite.
Right, so.
Opposite over hypotenuse,
Mhm.
sine.
So we can say that sine of theta equals Fy over 5.
Right.
So then if we were to solve for that, for Fy, what would it be?
If we solve for Fy,
Uh-huh. Like right here, you just solve that equation for Fy.
oh. So what do you just like do sine theta times 5
Yeah,
equals Fy?
so then you know that Fy equals 5 times the sine of theta. So what do you think Fx will be?
It would be 5 times the cosine.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what it would be like if we just threw an arbitrary numbers in there. This would be, I guess, the cosine of 30, right?
Yeah.
We're not too concerned about what the number would be because we know that that will be equivalent to it. So in this case, what would Fy be? In terms of F and theta.
You just do F times sine theta,
Exactly.
and F times the cosine theta.
Perfect. So that's what I was looking for. So whatever order it says, so Fx, Fy, you would write it like this. So Fx, comma, Fy equals, you put Fx first, F cosine of theta, F sine of theta.
What the heck?
Is it, do you need to like sign back in or something?
I think so, I just.
Oh, you just barely pulled it up.
Yeah. I was looking at it yesterday, I was like, holy cow.
Try just reloading it again. I've seen people have problems with mastering physics before.
Did you use the same program?
I didn't when I was taking it, but I've used it a ton with people I've tutored. They had it when I took it. There's people in the other classes using it, but because our teacher, like some of the people in our class didn't have access to it, they didn't buy the pack that includes all of that. So he just decided not to. Okay, there you go. So those buttons will, oh man, why are they not working? There you go. So those are like, that's so you can write in your theta.
So is it F cosine?
Yeah.
How do you do theta? Type theta.
So that's what those buttons are. Yeah, right there. That's your, like your Greek symbols. You just find theta in there. Something, yeah, right there.
Okay. So when it asks, so this one up here, when it just asks for the terms, like in terms of length, you just you're trying to figure it out, how to solve it without using numbers.
Right, yeah. So it's basically saying decompose this vector into x and y components.
Okay.
But instead of giving you 5 and 30 or 10 and 15 or whatever, they're just saying solve it symbolically. But it's just a matter of finding out which one they're saying. Because, so, the way those problems will be worded is they'll say you have a vector with f, like length f, and angle theta. But then it'll say, like, find fx and fy. So those are the things that you don't know.
Right.
And then it'll say in terms of f and theta. So those are the things that you do know. When it says find something, then you know that you don't have it. When it says in terms of, that means that those are things that, even though they're still symbols, they're just given to you.